What's up guys, welcome to Life of Acro. I'm Acro Brandon and this is my life. Today we're going to talk about another one of my favorite runs on Vail Mountain. So if you haven't seen my other video on one of my other top runs on Vail Mountain called WFO, I'm going to put the link up above. I'll put it in the descriptions below, but it is WFO. I tell you how to get there, walk you through it step by step, and then the full video is after. So similar to that video, we're going to do the exact same thing here. I'm going to talk first, I'm going to show you the map, how to get there, things to look out for, and then at the very end of this video, I'll give you the full play top to bottom. So the little stash that we're going to look at today, I don't even know if it actually has a specific name, but I'm going to call it Simba Trees or the Simba Cascade Run, because in my days of Vail, when we were riding there, we never really were like, hey, let's go do this one run. We'd be like, yo, let's go do the Simba Trees. You know, the one that's above the Cascade lift? Oh yeah, cool, that one. And that's basically how we describe it. So we'll call it Simba Trees or maybe the Simba Cascade Run because there is a Cascade Run. So if you're not super familiar with the mountain, we are going to be staying on the front side of the mountain. We're going to be on the west side of the mountain. And if you don't know east and west, if you're on the mountain looking down at the freeway, to your left is west and to your right is east. So we're going to be over by Lion's Head, and if you want to take the Lion's Head gondola to the top, you can. And then after you get to the top, you're going to walk out, hook a right, out the doors, and then strap up and get ready to go. But first, let's take a look at the map and talk about where we're actually going to be going. So if we pull up the old trail map here, we're going to zoom in, and then we're going to come all the way over here to what is the west side, or right now it's the right side of the map. And you could access this run from Lion's Head, or if you happen to be on the other side of the mountain, you might take Avanti up to the top and then scoot across or something, but you'd be taking this high ridge that's up here, Eagle's Nest Ridge to be more specific. So what we're going to be looking at here is this run Simba, and it starts off kind of green up here if you really wanted to, but as you come around, it's a nice intermediate fun run. And as you start to get down here on the right side of the map here, you're also going to notice that there is a catwalk right here that says download to Cascade Village Lift. So what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be trying to cut into the trees right around here. And then we're going to ride the tree line, and I like to stay to the right most of the time. And then eventually, and as you'll see in my video, it's going to kick you out somewhere on the catwalk here. And then you can ride this catwalk the rest of the way out and carry on with yourself. So if this is your first time doing this run right here, I recommend just doing kind of a flyby to check things out. So as you start to get close, you want to find the catwalk so that next time you come around, you know where to drop in early, or you could drop in just before the catwalk and get a small run and get a feel for it. Or what you could also do is cut in through these trees right here. I never did these trees during my time, but in retrospect, this is definitely something that you could do. So if you jump off the catwalk and you hit it too early, you could cut through these trees. It'll definitely dump you onto another catwalk below and spit you right back out. Once you've established that you know where the catwalk is and how to get to it, then you can start to try and cut in a little bit earlier, and you're gonna see it here in the video now. I kind of know where the spot is as I'm starting to get close, and obviously there will be locals who have probably been there before you, and you'll see the tracks kind of shooting off into the trees. To play it safe, I always say just stay to the right as you work your way down, and that should put you in a good position to find the catwalk. In the event of a mistake, if you overshoot the catwalk, it will just take you right down into Cascade or West Vail, and you might have to walk out. There are bus stops. It's not like you're gonna die and end up in the snow anywhere. However, if you are adventurous and you wanna maximize this run, what you can do is the Cascade Run. So if you notice in this footage right here, as I'm riding out of the catwalk, we're gonna see the Cascade lift. And as soon as you can see the Cascade lift, you can actually drop off the side of the catwalk one more time into the aspens, and there's some really nice powder there. And then what you do is you'll work your way towards the lift line, and you're gonna ride underneath the lift, okay? And as you start to ride underneath the lift, eventually it's gonna kind of crest, and then you're gonna see a final descent. Okay, you're gonna pause right there for just a second, and you'll be able to see Cascade Village right below. I believe there's some other homes down there as well. But what you'll also notice is there's maybe a rock to the left that you could catch some air off of. I think there's another rock to the right. And then you'll notice a patch of aspens over here, and you should see like ski lines going out to the right. Okay. If you're a snowboarder, my recommendation is to get a bunch of speed and then hook it right above the aspens and then ride that track all the way back to Simba. If you're on skis, you guys got it easy because you usually have poles, so if you do get stuck, you can pull yourself out and you can kind of scoot through the snow. Now, as a disclaimer, it's been 10 years or more since I've been in Vail, but I doubt that the rules have changed. Okay. Now, there is nothing that really says you can't go out of bounds. However, there was a rule that if you do go out of bounds, that you're really not allowed to re-enter the property unless you're coming from an approved inlet. When I say an inlet, I mean coming onto the mountain through an approved area like the bottom of the Cascade Lift, Lion's Head, Vail's Village, or Golden Peak. So with that being said, if you do decide to do the Cascade Run, do it at your own risk. There is potential that you could get in trouble for it, but there has never been anybody there. There's never really anybody there waiting for you. As you decide to come back to the main line, just kind of look left and right and then duck under. There's usually not a whole lot of traffic. So before we cut to the full ride and all of the footage, let me just say that this run is typically a run that I would do towards the end of the day, or if I knew that I was heading to the bottom already. I wouldn't actively seek this thing out first thing in the morning, on a powder day, or anything like that. It's just a fun run to do as you work your way to the bottom. With that being said, if there's been a good snowstorm recently, you could probably still get good stashes and rides for at least a week through the trees and through the Cascade Run. Also, what I learned from riding on this particular day with the GoPro, it was a stormy day, the snow was coming down, and we are going into tight trees. So my recommendation is if you're riding with the GoPro and you're going to be going through tight trees where there's lots of snow kicking up, is to keep the camera in front, as I found a lot of powder got stuck to the lens, and eventually I figured that out towards the end, but the ride footage is still good nonetheless. Anyways, let's cut to the ride footage. Stay tuned as I am going to upload another WFO video that I took on a different day when there was some more snow. Same run, different line. Once again, this is Life of Acro. I'm Acro Brandon. This is my life. I'll see you in another video. Can't hang, man. Too much pow-pow, huh?